Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the Legion system and pretty much how it works from the ground up. I know there's a lot of guides on YouTube that kind of go over Legion, but for a new player to the game that hasn't played for a very long time, pretty hard to actually understand what these guides actually mean or where to start, because there is a lot of information that goes along with the Legion system. So in today's video we are going to be going over all of that and hopefully answering any questions that you guys have about Legion. So to start things off, what essentially is Legion? Well, Legion is a system implemented in the game that essentially is made to overall progress your entire account. Every character that you make does contribute to the Legion system. Overall, this is a system made for increasing your damage across your entire account for any character. This system does get stronger for every character that you do make on it, so understand when you're playing the game, every time you level up a character one time, this helps out your entire account. So you're never really ever wasting any time. I know earlier on people are very confused about what character they should make or what character they should main, but at the end of the day, you should know that you're never really wasting any time. It'll always go back to your Legion system. It'll always benefit your entire account. So I know I just went over a surface level of what the Legion system is, but let's go over how it actually works. Every character that is over level 60 is applied to your Legion board. So if you have a character that's level 59, it will not show up on your Legion board. You do have to get your characters to at least 60 for them to be applied and count towards your actual Legion. Now, when a character is at level 60, it'll give you one block on the Legion board, and you can create up to 42 characters max that go onto this Legion board and fill up these Legion board slots. Each character that you do level up to 60 does give different base stat bonuses based on its class. So for example, certain classes will give stats, certain will give boss damage, crit damage, exp, etc. But every single class gives different stat bonuses for the most part, besides super class dependent branches like warriors or thieves. Those may only give a certain stat, but classes like Kana will give boss damage, classes like Zero will give exp. Every class is slightly unique in their own way and gives different bonuses based on their job in class. Now, each character gives a certain amount of blocks based on its character rank, which is determined from its actual level. So when you get a character to level 60 and it is now applied to your Legion board, this character is going to be a rank B, which essentially gives one block on the Legion board, but this can be increased up to 5 blocks at an SSS rank, which is level 250. So the character ranks progress in the order of B, which is 1 block, A, which is 2 blocks at level 100, S, which is level 140, which gives you 3 blocks, SS at level 200, which gives you 4 blocks, and then SSS at level 250, which gives you 5 blocks. And that is pretty much where the Legion system does cap out. I do think that they should change this character ranking system to 275 and 300, but that's for a different topic in a different video. But for now, just know that that's how the character ranking system works, and that's what determines how many blocks your character is worth. Now, obviously, you don't want to have a bunch of level 60 characters on the Legion board. You do want to level them up individually. The most efficient way to do this is to get a bunch of level 140s, which give you 3 character blocks each, and then put them on the Legion board. This makes it very easy to get to 6k Legion, and the reason why level 140 is such a good stopping point is because you get your level 2 link skill done at 120, and then 20 levels above that you get your rank S Legion block. So you kind of bang out 2 things in almost about the same amount of time, so it's very efficient to do it this way. So now that we've kind of talked about what the character slots and character blocks on this Legion grid do, let's talk about how to actually expand this Legion board, because I know if you're a newer player and you're looking at your Legion board, you're probably seeing it look a little differently than some other endgame players that you see maybe streaming or in different YouTube videos. So let's talk about how to actually expand the Legion board and how this grid system actually works inside of the Legion page. So for every 500 members, your Legion rank will increase, and this will increase the amount of members that you can place on the grid at one time. There are certain levels that have bigger jumps, but for the most part, every single 500 levels, you'll be able to place down one more member, and it'll also give you a higher amount of Legion raid power along with that. But also, at certain levels, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, your grid will increase by 1. And what this means is that the amount of space that you can place your characters on will expand, and you'll be able to unlock different things like boss damage, crit damage, exp, normal monster damage, which is very, very, very helpful when progressing from mid game to late game to end game. the Legion levels that these grids increase are going to be at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000. And this is why you hear so many people actually talking about getting to 6k Legion, and that is because this is where your Legion grid will cap out in terms of the amount of grid space that you can actually use on the board. The other reason that you probably hear a lot of other people talking about getting to 8k is because unlike all the rest of the levels where you only get one extra member to place on the board, at 8k you go from 31 members all the way to 36. So it's a very high substantial amount of grid bonuses that you can actually get from this Legion board. So you essentially get about 20 extra blocks going from 31 to 36 if you're considering every one of those characters that you're placing on the board is level 200 and they have 4 blocks per character and can help you pretty much fill out the entire Legion section for either boss damage, IED, normal monster damage, etc, etc. But while we're talking about the actual grid itself, let's talk about which parts of this grid are actually important and which ones you should be looking for to fill out on the grid. So obviously when you first start off, you're going to have your normal stats like strength, dex, attack, magic attack, luck, int, HP, and MP. Essentially, you're just going to want to fill out whatever stats are beneficial to your class. So if you're a warrior, you're going to want to fill out strength and attack. If you're a mage, you're going to want to fill out int and magic attack, so on and so forth. But when you start to progress further and you start to unlock crit damage, crit rate, IED, boss damage, etc., now things become a little bit more complicated and you have a lot more options to choose. Understand that crit damage and boss damage and IED are going to help you out the most when you're bossing. But crit damage and crit rate are the two things that are going to help you out the most when you're actually training your Legion, as well as the newly added normal monster damage. Bonus EXP is great, but you shouldn't sacrifice normal monster damage or actually one-shotting mobs to add more EXP. So now you're probably curious about how much every block gives you on a grid bonus. So for example, if you have a character that's level 60 and you put it onto boss damage, it's going to give you 1% boss damage. For every block that you have on a certain grid bonus stat, it is going to give you 1%, as well as, and then also it is going to give you 5 stat for every block that you have on the stat page. So if I have 1 block in int, it's going to give me 5 int. If I have 5 blocks in int, it's going to give me 25 int. If I have 1 block in boss damage, it's going to give me 1% boss damage. If I have 5 blocks in boss damage, it's going to give me 5%. So there is a little bit of a different ratio in terms of stat per block and things like boss damage, crit rate, and crit damage per block. Now Legion coins can get a little bit complicated in terms of like what is contributing the most to gaining Legion coins, but understand essentially that your Legion raid power is what contributes to the amount of Legion coins that you get every single week. The way that you increase your Legion raid power is either 1, by increasing your Legion rank, or 2, having higher level and higher star force across the Legion board of all your characters. This is something that you don't really have to mainly focus on, but it's something that you'll passively increase as you progress further in the game, making things like boss fuels, increasing your main's damage. But understand that it's not a majorly important factor in the Legion grid system, just besides the fact that you do need coins to upgrade every single Legion rank. And I did want to mention that there is a Legion coin shop for those of you who did not know, and there's things like Legion Might, which increases your magic attack and attack power by 30, Legion Experience, which gives you 100% experience obtained, Legion Luck, which gives you 50% drop rate, and then Legion Wealth, which gives you 50% mesos obtained, as well as other things like epic pots, E-flames, red flames, karma hard cubes, gold stamps, so on and so forth. The most important thing from the Legion shop is just going to be your EXP, wealth. I did want to just mention that there is a Legion shop for those of you who did not know. So there is a slightly significant importance for Legion coins, but it's not a major concern. So I think that I pretty much covered everything that's important when it comes to Legion, and I hope that this video did help a lot of you out for any questions that you guys may have had in the potential future. I know as a newer player, the Legion system can kind of be overwhelming and it's hard to know what to go over first. There's no right way to do it, and there's no right characters to create first. There are going to be characters that you enjoy creating, and there's going to be characters that you don't enjoy creating, but understand that having fun with making this system is the most important thing. Don't try to push it if you don't want to do it. I know the haste event is going on right now, and a lot of people are asking, should I do my main, should I do my Legion? And my answer is always going to say the same: whatever you want to do more, or whatever you want to work on more, but never overdo it and burn yourself out. But with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today. If you do have any other questions, please feel free, like always, to ask in the comment sections. Or
I'm worried about this burst.
You actually shouldn't be worried, Melissa, because if it bursts in the way we think it's going to burst, it's going to be in a positive way.
come over to the Twitch. If you guys did not know, we are live on the Twitch every single Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we answer all the questions that you guys have for us. But until next time, guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today, and I hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.